like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step,
Welcome
then I
to a
bring it
deep dive into something, well, pretty fundamental to your home, your roof and your energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know life gets busy, and honestly, navigating these big home improvement decisions, it can feel overwhelming.
It really can.
That's why we've pulled together a stack of sources. We've got government warnings, homeowner forum posts, all sorts of things. The idea is to bring you the critical stuff quickly and clearly.
And our mission today really is to cut through all that noise. Because upgrading your roof, thinking about solar, it's not just another project.
No, it feels bigger.
It is. It's about protecting your biggest investment.
Roof.
Right. And trying to get some control over those energy bills.
Yeah.
But, and this is the tricky part, it's also about navigating a landscape that has some amazing solutions, but also, well, some real potential pitfalls.
Okay, so we're going to sort of paint that picture, the dream scenario, durable roof, energy independence.
Right.
Then we'll contrast that with the reality of scams, which seem pretty widespread.
Unfortunately, yes.
And then the goal is to equip you, give you a playbook on how to pick good contractors, understand warranties, maximize those incentives.
Exactly. We've pulled insights from a Connecticut home services provider, state consumer protection alerts, checklists for picking contractors, and even just, real stories from homeowners online.
Okay.
So let's dive in and get you really well informed about your Connecticut home.
Okay, let's really dig into this then. We all sort of dream of that secure home, lower energy bills. What do, the reputable companies in Connecticut actually promise? What makes them stand out?
Well, what's fascinating is how much the industry has evolve. For roofing, we're talking premium stuff now, like Owens Corning Duration Series shingles.
Okay.
These often come with, get this, 50-year manufacturer warranties, industry leading.
50 years. Wow.
Yeah. And some contractors, they're even designated preferred contractors by the manufacturers themselves. That puts them in like the top 1% of roofers those brands trust. It's a big deal.
That is a huge commitment. But it's not just about how long it lasts, is it? It's also design, convenience.
Exactly. It's the whole package. You can find options for like full shingle color customization. There are even interactive design tools online.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, some have like a build your dream roof thing where you can see it on your house virtually. Sometimes they even give instant pricing financing options right there. Or even simpler tools like a Roof Wizard calculator, just to give you a ballpark estimate before anyone even comes out.
Okay, and here's where I thought it got really interesting. Combining roofing and solar. Seems like a lot of companies offer both now.
Yeah, that integration is key.
So why? Why combine them? Is there a big advantage?
Well, the appeal's pretty clear. Simplify things, right? One point of contact. And financially, we saw one company highlighting its zero-down solar program.
Ah, okay. So no big upfront costs.
Exactly. Makes it accessible. And the pitch is simple. Save on energy bills, less environmental impact, and, taking back control from rising utility costs.
And people are actually doing it.
Oh, yeah. Over 70,000 households in Connecticut have already on solar. It's definitely a growing trend.
Okay. And what about Connecticut weather? It can be pretty rough. Storms happen.
Right. And that's where the storm damage expertise comes in. Good companies emphasize having AGA certified teams.
AGA certified? What's that?
It's a certification from forensic engineers who specialize in storm damage assessment. Basically, they know exactly what to look for, how to document it for insurance.
Ah, so they speak the adjuster's language.
Precisely. Which is why they often boast really high success rates, sometimes 100%, helping homeowners navigate those complex insurance claims.
That's huge.
Yeah, they offer free inspections, handle the whole claim, talk directly to the adjusters. It's about maximizing your coverage. Some even offer a free instant storm report for your address to see if you might qualify.
Wow. Okay, so that's the promise side. All right, so that picture sounds great. Durable roof, solar savings, help with storms.
The ideal scenario.
But like a lot of industries where there's big money and high demand, roofing and solar seem, well, ripe for scams. What do we really need to watch out for?
Yeah, and it's not just, a few bad apples. If you look at the data from the Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection, the DCP, it's pretty stark.
How stark?
In just the first half of 2025, they got 91 roofing-related complaints.
91 already? Wow.
Yeah, compare that to 285 for all of 2024 and 247 in 2023. It's a significant and, frankly, growing problem.
Okay, so that's a lot of unhappy homeowners. What are the common complaints about?
It's a range. Everything from leaks, caused by bad solar panel installations or just shoddy roof work,
Right.
to really high-pressure door-to-door sales, especially right after a big storm. The Better Business Bureau, the BBB, they specifically warn about this. The contractor who just happens to be in the area, that's often how it starts.
The unsolicited estimate. Classic. So, besides that knock on the door, what are the big red flags? What should make you immediately wary?
Okay, number one, pressure. Anyone pushing you to sign right now. Big red flag. Also, be really careful what you sign. Sometimes those inspection forms they rush you with, they're actually binding contracts.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, locks you in. And then there's this really concerning thing, contractors telling homeowners to sort of pad their insurance deductible.
Pad the deductible. What does that even mean?
It means inflating the claim amount to cover your deductible. It's insurance fraud, plain and simple.
And that could get your policy canceled.
Absolutely. Leaves you totally exposed. It's a terrible situation.
Wow. Yeah, reading some of those homeowner forum stories, it really drives home how careful you need to be. It's kind of scary.
It is.
So how do we protect ourselves? How do we weed out these bad actors and find someone trustworthy?
Right. This is where you shift from being reactive to proactive. It's all about research and asking the right questions.
Okay, let's start with roofing basics. Someone in Connecticut needs a new roof. What's square one?
Square one, before you even go online, is your network. Ask friends, family, coworkers. Who did they use? Were they happy?
It all word of mouth.
It's still powerful.
Yeah.
Then, hit the online reviews. Angie, House, Home Advisor, definitely the BBB. Look for companies with a solid track record. Lots of good reviews. Cross-reference on Google, too.
Okay, so we get a short list.
Yeah.
Now, what are the non-negotiable questions we have to ask?
Okay, credentials first. Absolutely critical. Every single roofing company must have an active home improvement contractor registration with the Connecticut DZP.
Active, not expired.
Active. You can check it instantly online using the state's license lookup tool. Don't skip this.
Why is it so important?
Because if you hire a registered contractor and something goes wrong, like they take your deposit and disappear, you might be eligible for reimbursement from the Home Improvement Guarantee Fund, up to $25,000 per contract.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's real protection.
It is. Also, demand proof of insurance, workers' comp, and general liability. Get the certificates.
Then just trust the paper.
Nope. Call the insurance agent listed on the certificate. Verify the policy is current. Seriously, make the call.
Good tip. What about who actually does the work? Employees or subcontractors? Does it matter?
It matters. Ask. Are they using their own employees or are they subbing it out? If they use subs, are those subs insured too? Generally, direct employees mean more accountability to the company's standards.
Makes sense. Okay, what about the actual job and the money?
Always get a free home assessment and a detailed written quote. It needs to spell out the price, the exact scope of work, what materials they're using. Make sure permits and debris removal are included in that price, not extra surprises later. And then here's a big one from the BBB complaints. Never pay for materials up front.
Really? Why not?
Too many stories of contractors taking deposits for materials and then vanishing. In Connecticut, the law says if they take a deposit, it has to go into a separate trust account until the materials are actually delivered or most of the work is done. It protects your money.
Okay, so no big down payments before work starts, and you mentioned not rushing to sign.
Absolutely not. You have rights. In Connecticut, under the Home Solicitation Sales Act, you typically have a 72-hour right to cancel a home improvement contract signed at your home. 3 days.
The cooling off period.
Exactly. Make sure the contract has no blank spaces. It must include their registration number, a clear summary of the work, a timeline, and the total cost. Read every word.
Got it. Any specific Connecticut roof things to know? Codes or anything?
Yeah, actually, a local CT roofer pointed out a code change from 2018. It requires an ice and water barrier strip, usually along the eaves.
Okay.
A good contractor, they won't just meet that minimum code. They'll likely exceed it, maybe use a wider barrier for better protection against ice dams in our winters. It's a small detail that shows quality.
Good to know. All right, shifting to solar companies specifically. Same vetting process or different things to look for?
Similar process, but add some solar-specific checks. Licenses are key here too, but different ones. Look for an E1, that's unlimited electrical contractor, or a PV1, unlimited solar electric contractor. Those are required in CT.
E1 or PV1?
Got it. And importantly, a PV2 or E2 licensed electrician has to be on site when they're actually placing the panels.
Okay.
Also check if they're listed with the Connecticut Clean Energy Fund. That can be important for certain rebates. And look for NABCEP certification.
NABCEP, what's that stand for?
It's the North American Board of Certified Energy Practitioners. It's basically the gold standard certification in the solar industry. Shows a high level of expertise and quality assurance.
Okay, so NABCEP is a good sign. It feels like a lot of checking, but
It is homework, no doubt.
yeah.
But it's your house, your money. It protects you.
Right.
You also want to make sure they really understand your specific house. Do you have lots of trees, a super steep roof? They need experience with that. And permits. They absolutely have to know how to navigate the local permitting process. Work can't even start until those permits are approved.
Okay, so we've found a seemingly great contractor, checked all the boxes, but then comes the paperwork, warranties, financing. What do we need to understand here, starting with warranties for roofs and solar?
Right, the fine print. So for roofs, you generally get two main warranties. One from the installer, that's the workmanship warranty, covers mistakes they made during installation, and one from the manufacturer, covering defects in the shingles themselves. These can range, 10 years, 25, even up to that 50 we mentioned.
Okay. And solar, similar.
Similar, but with an extra layer. You get a workmanship warranty from the solar installer, too. You get a materials or equipment warranty from the panel maker, and you also get a power production warranty.
Power production.
Yeah. It guarantees the panels will still generate a certain percentage of their original output after a set number of years, usually like 80 or 90% after 25 years.
Okay. Now, that word lifetime pops up a lot with warranties. Sounds great, but is it always what it seems?
Usually not. Lifetime typically means for as long as you, the original owner, own the home. And often there's a period of full coverage, say 10 or 15 years, and then it becomes prorated.
Prorated meaning they cover less over time.
Exactly. The coverage value decreases. So always read that fine print. Ask specifically, what does lifetime mean here? Get it in writing. And, critically important, ask if labor costs are covered for warranty repairs or replacements. Sometimes it's just the part, not the work to install it.
Ooh, that's a big potential cost. Okay, here's a really key point, I think. How do these two big things, new roof, new solar, interact warranty-wise? Can one mess up the other?
Yes, this is a huge potential. Now, interestingly, solar panels can actually help your roof by shielding the sections they cover from sun, rain, snow.
Oh, okay. That's plus.
But improper solar installation can absolutely void your roof warranty. If they drill holes incorrectly, damage shingles, or mess up the flashing.
Flashing, that's the ceiling stuff.
Right, the waterproofing around any penetrations.
Yeah.
If that's not done right and your roof leaks, the roofing manufacturer might say, sorry, the solar guys caused that, not our shingles. Warranty voided.
Yikes. And the other way around, can roof work mess up solar?
Yep. If a roofer comes later to do repairs and damages your solar panels or wiring, that could void your solar workmanship warranty, especially if it wasn't the original solar installer doing the work. It can turn into a real finger-pointing nightmare.
Okay, so what's the solution? How do you avoid that mess?
The advice we saw consistently from experts is pretty clear. Strongly consider hiring one company that does both roofing and solar and specializes in both.
Ah, a single vendor.
Exactly. One company backs both warranties. They handle the coordination. There's just one throat to choke, basically, if something goes wrong. Much cleaner accountability.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's pivot to paying for solar. Financing, incentives. Are there good programs or is it another minefield?
There are definitely significant incentives, but again, you need to be informed. The big one is the Federal Residential Solar Energy Credit, the ITC.
The tax credit.
Right, it's a dollar-for-dollar reduction in your federal income tax. Not just a deduction, a credit. For systems installed between 2022 and 2032, it's 30%.
Yeah.
There's no cap on the system cost.
30% is huge. Does it decrease after 2032?
Yes, it steps down in 2033 and 2034, and currently it's set to expire in 2035 unless Congress renews it.
Okay. And what costs qualify for that 30% credit? Just the panels?
No, it's pretty broad. The panels themselves, obviously. Contractor labor for site prep, assembly, installation, wiring, inverters, mounting equipment, even energy storage batteries if they have a capacity of 3 kilowatt hours or more.
Batteries too. That's good to know.
Yeah. And even the sales tax on those eligible expenses can be included in the total cost you use for the credit calculation.
And this applies if you buy the system, right? Cash or loan.
Correct. You have to own the system. It does not apply if you're leasing the system or have a power purchase agreement where you're just buying the electricity from a solar company that owns the panels on your roof. Ownership is key for the tax credit.
Okay. How do state or utility rebates factor in? Do they reduce the federal credit?
that gets a little tricky. Generally, rebates you get directly from your utility company do reduce the cost basis for your federal credit. So if the system costs $20,000 and the utility gives you a $2,000 rebate, you calculate the 30% federal credit on $18,000.
Okay.
However, rebates from state governments usually do not reduce your federal tax credit basis. So using that same example, if you got a $1,000 state rebate on an $18,000 system cost after the utility rebate, you could still claim the 30% federal credit on the full $18,000. It's a nuance worth understanding.
Definitely. What about specific Connecticut financing help?
Yeah, the CT Green Bank is a great resource. They have programs like the SmartE loan. It offers low interest, often no money down financing for a whole bunch of energy improvements, including solar.
SmartE loan. Okay.
They also have specific incentive programs for battery storage, trying to boost home resiliency, which is becoming a bigger deal for people.
Yeah, you hear about that more. Now, you mentioned pitfalls earlier. I saw some warnings in those homeowner forums about misleading solar financing. What's that about?
Yeah, this is a really important heads up from people's actual experiences. Some homeowners reported really high pressure sales and kind of deceptive loan pricing.
Deceptive how?
Like they'd inflate the price of the panels way above market rate, but then offer a seemingly low interest rate on the loan. The extra cost was hidden in the inflated panel price, subsidizing the low rate. Wasn't really a good deal.
Sneaky.
Very. Some people also warned specifically about leasing programs in Connecticut. They suggested that the CT Green Bank loans offer similar monthly payments, but the huge difference is you own the system at the end.
Right. And owning means you get the federal tax credit?
Exactly. Which you don't get with a typical lease. So it's just another example of why you have to do your own research, get multiple quotes, get cash quotes and financing quotes, and compare them carefully. Don't just trust the salesperson's pitch.
Good advice. And batteries came up again there.
Yeah, it seems a lot of homeowners now are opting for battery backup, even though it adds significant cost. The appeal seems to be using their solar power immediately, even before the utility gives final approval to connect, plus having backup during outages and potentially selling excess power back to the grid later. It's about that energy independence. #outro.
Wow. Okay, that was a really deep dive. We went from, high-tech shingles and solar panels all the way through scams, licenses, warranties, tax credits.
That's a lot to cover.
It really is. I think the biggest takeaway for me, honestly, is just how much knowledge really is power here.
Absolutely. I mean, your home, it's probably your biggest asset. These are major investments.
Yeah.
But by, using these checklists, verifying those credentials, asking tough questions, really understanding the warranties and the financing options, you can take what feels like a really stressful process and make it, manageable, confident even.
Right. Turn it from something daunting into an informed decision. So the question for you, the listener, is what does this all mean for you? Given how common scams are, given the complexity, how will you use this info? Maybe you'll look at that quote you got a bit differently now.
Or maybe share this with a friend who's thinking about a roof for solar. Help them avoid some traps.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's about making sure your home improvement journey leads to a better, safer, more efficient home, not a headache, making sure your home protects you, just like you're trying to protect it.
They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back. They wonder how I do it like that. Two-step, then I bring it right back.